Good afternoon and welcome to the business news and people who make a difference. I'm your host, Jamie Lee. Today we visit Defining 78 Photography Studio. I now have the pleasure of speaking with difference makers Shana and Adam here at their home photography studio. Thanks for having us.
Thank you for coming.
What a beautiful place, very funky and retro. Where are you guys located exactly?
My studio here is on the north side of Appleton.
And then I'm in Green Bay at a home studio as well.
Okay, and you guys are the difference makers because you have a big project you're just celebrating. You give so much back to the local community. But let's get some of the backstory first. How did you get interested in photography? I know that you used to be a teacher, you used to be interested in psychology, but what brought you back to photos?
I always just had a love of photographs and the power they held to take you to a different place or make you able to relive a certain moment again. I wouldn't allow myself to dream that a career in photography was possible. I told myself a lot of things that weren't true. I told myself it wouldn't be possible to make a career out of an art field. I was also trying to live up to other people's expectations on what I should do, going that traditional route through school. I went and got myself a biology degree and a master's degree in education, but that photography dream, it really wouldn't let go. So I was working as a teacher and in all of my spare time was accumulating photography equipment and trying to build a little business that I thought I could do on the side. And all I really wanted to do at that time was take beautiful pictures, learn how to take beautiful pictures for people. I just knew that I wanted a camera in my hand. And I would say that evolved drastically over time. And I would say it changes yearly for us, where now what we're doing is looking to use our gifts and our talents for the greater good, whether that's through our photography sessions where I'm trying to show a mom how important she is to her kids, or whether it's the community involvement that we've stepped into through the years with support from the people who follow us.
So it was a dream, something in your soul and your heart that you really couldn't let go of, and you didn't stop believing in yourself, and now you're spreading it even further. Come in with Adam, you also loved photography and videography, and over the years when you're working with children and families, I know that it's been really heartfelt for you right now. What do you get out of working with the different families? How has it grown for you?
Yeah, I think kind of like Shana was saying initially, it's like we didn't think it was possible to make a career out of it. It was a different time when we started out too. I mean, this was pre-YouTube and all of this stuff. So so much of the early on stuff we had to educate ourselves from random DVDs or VHS or cassette tapes or whatever. But photography was the first thing that like I felt my whole heart and soul in. And like Shana was saying, initially it's like you're kind of drawn to the pretty pictures and like what you can create from that. But it's kind of evolved as we've gone through life and have our own life experiences. We've grown to love the craft of it and what it represents to the wedding couples, the families, the seniors, to all the people that we kind of interact. Like we're all humans together and we're all going through life together. And it's our, chance to kind of capture that for them, to hold on to that for them, to know that it's important now, but it's going to be more important in 20 years for them. And I think as we've gone through life and have had more, great things happen and more horrible things happen, we realize that that's what these moments are for these people. So it's kind of like our little gift that we can give to them.
So capturing these very special moments in life, the connection between all of us, our stories, sharing our stories, our heartbreaks, our joys, that this common thread of humanity, of family. So this is a wonderful story. I love your history, that you guys came together now for a greater purpose, and we're celebrating as the difference makers this month because besides what you do for families, it is spreading. You have a bigger purpose. Last month you had a big raffle giveaway. Can you explain briefly how the raffle works and what you've been able to give away to the local community?
So each year we have a family that tends to find its way to us organically. where we feel compelled individually or the two of us together to want to help. And we present that we will do a giveaway to one lucky winner who has made a donation, where Adam and I come together and shoot. I shoot the stills, he'll shoot video for the family. And for every $10 that's donated, they get an entry into the raffle. So we have 150 people come together for this cause. So 150 different donors is the number we usually hit. And we'll get donations anywhere from $10 up to $500. We'll have new people participate every time. We have faithful donors who give substantial amounts if we ask. All we're doing is asking. I mean, they're entering for a small chance to win a session with us. And for some people, that's motivation to get involved. But I think the people who follow us have bought into what we're doing. And this only works if all of us are carrying a torch. There's a quote that we come back to often that is, in darkness, we all inch toward any fragment of light. And it requires a lot of people carrying torches for that to happen. It's not just me and Adam forging ahead alone. I mean, we have employees who've come alongside of us. We have the public who's come alongside of us.
So you guys have lit a candle, and it is a spark that has grown brighter and brighter. Adam, after the raffles are finished, you have been able to raise nearly $7,000 for your last project. Who did you help? I know you did a Top Gun theme. I know you did Pirates of the Caribbean. Can you tell us the family that was helped and what difference it made for them?
Yeah, I'll kind of go backstory a little bit, and then I'll circle back to that. I think, like, originally it kind of started out, Shana and I, her husband, went through some health issues, and then my wife in 2018 went through a pretty traumatic cancer journey. And it's kind of through that, we had a 2-year-old at the time. She was at Mayo Clinic. Like, they didn't know they were going to have to amputate her leg. There was like all sorts of like really crazy stuff going on at that time. And just the journey of going through that has really kind of formed and changed the way that both of us, approach this. So for me personally, a big, turning point in how I, kind of come at some of the families that we approach is the cancer side is when we were going through it, we were the typical people where we didn't want help. We didn't want people to reach out to us. We were just like, kind of in our little bubble. And during that time, I actually had photographed her wedding a couple of years ago and kind of lost touch, but we ran into Brittany and Ryan Slack when we were in the oncology ward at Aurora. And she had been diagnosed with cancer, a pretty bad form of cancer. And you become best friends with these people, where like your family and friends don't technically really understand what you're going through. The people in that ward understand. And we became super close with her and her husband, Ryan. And all along the process, Katie was getting a little bit better diagnoses and updates. And Brittany was just, every time we had a celebration, she had something negative happen. And her journey, she got more and more sick, and she approached us and said that she wanted to do a benefit for me and Katie. And if it would have been anyone else on the planet, we would have turned her down and said no right away. But it was kind of like her dying wish, not her only dying wish, but it was one good thing that she could do with the remainder of her life was to throw this benefit for us. And going through that benefit, and I mean, it was just amazing the amount of people that poured into us, the amount of people that show up. I feel like for the rest of my life, I'm always going to be indebted to Brittany and to all those people that showed up for us, because just the amount of support, it's just like you can never find that anywhere else. So everything I do, I try, it's not like a gift or a burden, but it's just something that I'm trying to pay it forward in honor of them for what they did for me. So cancer's always been near and dear to our hearts. So like last year we did a photographer that was in a really bad car accident. We helped her out. But that's kind of the backstory and why we've been helping cancer families, just being around that. So like Shana said earlier, We don't technically seek people out. It's just, in the circle, we keep, or the extended circle, we kind of find the people. And this past year, it happened to be my wife knew the family. As a little girl that is going through a really tough time right now. She needs all the support any one of us can give her. And we just thought that it would be something great to be able to do for that family. Now, when it comes to the Pirates of the Caribbean part, it's 100% on Shana. I'll let her kind of speak on that and how that kind of happened and evolved.
I think that's so beautiful. It shows the ripple and the divine thread of love that you turned your mess into your message, and now you're giving back. It's very full circle. Thank you for sharing your heart with me. Yeah. As you said, there's the Pirates of the Caribbean I'd like to touch on, and then also quickly with the Feed 50, just showing this wide umbrella of things that you're doing for the community.
So I think it was a combination of a couple things that came together for us creating these videos. The primary reason is that we want to share with the people who have donated what it feels like to give this money away, what these families look like receiving this money. Where's the money going? Instead of, like Adam said, it being this unknown thing that they've thrown money at, we wanted to bring them along on the journey start to finish. We don't just want to ask for money on the front end. We want to take their hands and
the whole journey. Bring
them to the house with us when we get to present, because we get to do the fun stuff. We get to see them receive, and we wanted these 150 people to be able to participate in that with us. I think initially, one of the first giveaways we did, I think the child was immunocompromised. I think we knew we weren't going to be able to physically be with them, that they would be seeing us through a window or a door of their house. So I enjoy the movie Love Actually, and there's a part in that movie where they stand outside with big poster boards that are written out, and I thought we could convey a message to this family safely, and we could also let our donors see what we're doing. And we've brought our kids along, we've included our children in the videos playing little roles.
So the whole family's involved, and then they can also learn for the future how to give back and how important it is.
Yeah, I think Adam and I both have found purpose in our own pain, and I think a lot of this is healing for us. I mean, 3 years ago, my husband also almost died. I was 38 weeks pregnant, and he went septic and into organ failure and had pulmonary embolisms. It was very serious, and he went through surgeries for the next 18 months. So Adam and I have individually been through very similar experiences, and we know how important those hands reaching out to you are. So now that we have taken the side of being those hands that are reaching out, but it's hundreds of hands reaching out. It's a
collaborative,
it's not just me and Adam
effort
reaching out
from everyone.
Yeah.
But thank you for opening your hearts and your homes, and this is an invitation to the public to check out Defining 78. As there's more projects, there's going to be more ripple of love and healing and hope for this community and other families. This is Jamie Lee signing off for the Business News, reminding you that working with a purpose makes all the difference.